Hey, Mike with Mike's Bags, and today I am reviewing the Counterpunch by X Level Cornhole. This is the newest bag by X Level. In fact, I don't know if it's officially been released yet or not. As of right now, I don't think it is released, but if it isn't, it will be very soon, so keep your eye out for it. Let's go ahead and dive in, and we'll break down this Counterpunch bag. We'll start the materials here. On the slow side here is that popular herringbone carpet, and we're seeing more and more of it recently. I told you, I've got a lot of bags that have this right now, reviewed quite a few. I've got some more coming down the pipe as well to review with this material. And every bag coming out pretty much has a bag that has it on there, and for good reason. It's a wonderful material. It's very player friendly. It's very controllable. It's very versatile. You can do a lot with it. So I'm gonna call it a 5-speed material. I've talked about time and time again that this material, you can kind of manipulate the bag. You can really rough it up, get it dirty. The dirtier you get it, the fuzzier you get it, the slower it's going to play. So you can really slow it down to a slow 4. The cleaner you keep it, and the less fuzzy you get it, you can keep it at a 5 to maybe even a 6-speed. I've seen these bags play at a 6-speed on certain conditions. So anywhere from a 4 to a 6. Normal conditions, the normal wear on the bag, I call it a 5-speed. So we got a 5-speed on the slow side. The fast side of this bag is this is the same fast side you find that B3 is starting to use. It's a newer material. It's a 9-speed. It's very similar to that Pro Sniper, Deadhead, Viper material, but it's a little different. It's the same material you find on the B3 Ranger, the Coyote, the Fatal. It's a wonderful fast side material. I really like it. It's fast. It'll slot up in pretty much any board conditions. It pushes through anything. So we're looking at a 5-9 speed bag on this Counterpunch. Template wise, I'm gonna call this a medium template. It kind of falls right down the middle of this. It's a medium template bag. It's got a fair amount of fill to it, but it's still got some flop. So it's kind of that medium fill as far as the amount in there. So you've still got some flop, but you can see it's still got a little bit of puffiness on both sides. The fill in here is a mixed fill. You've got some flat fill, you've got some small beads in here. It's really a wonderful fill, and the bag just feels awesome here. I don't know what X Level does with their bags, but the Shadow I reviewed a while back is probably still the best feeling bag that I've ever. I mean, it just has an awesome hand feel to it. And every bag I've gotten from X Level, they really pay special attention to the hand feel. That's something that seems to be very important to them. And this Counterpunch is no exception. It just feels wonderful in the hand. You grab it, it just feels super soft. That feel just really just feels just right. It's the right amount of fill. I love what they're doing with the fill and the amount of fill they put in their bags. Whatever it is, they figured it out and they've got it really dialed in perfectly. And it shows in the playability as well in this bag, which I'll jump to here in just a moment. One more thing I want to mention is these bags are ACO stamped. So if you play in the ACO event, especially coming up next season, you're going to have an ACO bag. This is a great option for you. So you can get these Counterpunch with the ACO stamp on them. Now we'll go ahead and jump into playability here. And this is a versatile bag. I've talked about time and time again with this herringbone carpet, the way you can control it, right? You can just run bags in and go hole for hole, outscore your opponent. It's wonderful for that. Typically, this material, it will occasionally have a tendency to hang on the hole from time to time. However, this fill in here, I love the whole fittness of this fill. This fill is just wonderful around the hole. I think that mix in there, which I love a mix fill because it gives you the best of both worlds. You get that smooth, fluid hand feel. You get that soft landing. But with the beads, you get the little bit of the control you get where you can shape shots with it, and you get that movement activity around the hole where it wants to kind of cascade and drip in as opposed to just settle and hang there. The bag's very hole friendly. Even with this material, I find it to be really hole friendly. Like there are several times where bags will kind of go up, spin around, and you see them just drop right back in. The bag, for not being that floppy, again, it's got some flop, not crazy floppy. It's still pretty forgiving around the hole in the sense that, I talk about the landing zone all the time. And this bag does have a little wider than normal landing zone. So it has that forgiveness that if you're off a little bit to the left or right, you just get that corner in, dip in, it'll grab the hole, it's going to spin around, it'll bring the bag back for you. If the bags were hanging there, I found the bags to be pretty collectible. I will say there were a few times that I had the bags bunch, but I never had the bags clog. So, and what I mean is when there's a bag, it's usually when a bag's hanging on the side and I have to go collect it, and you come in with a cut or even just a slide shot, it'll hit and they would bunch up before they fell in. But again, when the bag's bunched, if I had another bag, it was real easy to throw another bag, come through, push them, break them free, it's no problem. I don't mind that. Like, I actually enjoy using a bunch to my advantage. If I have last bag, then what I want to do is on my third bag, I want to bunch the bags and then make my opponent deal with that with their last bag. Because when you have a hole that has 2 bags bunched in, it's really tough when you've got to decide, do you try to sneak around it? If you do, there's a chance you miss the hole. If they try to push through it, there's a good chance their bag's going to kick off. If they knock mine in, theirs kicks off. I have an open board for my last bag. So it puts it puts my opponent in a tough situation on what to do. They can try to throw a block behind me and take a shit, but you know, a lot of people struggle with placing that block where they want. There's a good chance their block is going to go off to one side or the other and leave me an easy collect in the middle. So I like sometimes using that bunch as a strategy. So if you can get it, if you happen to get a bag hanging there and you come through and the bag bunches, no big deal. But again, I never had a problem with the bag slogging the hole. So it wasn't. I don't consider that a negative. I think that's a good. And you get that with bags that have a little bit of fill to them. They will sometimes bunch. But again, no problem. I don't want to think come across as a wrong thing. The other thing these bags are great at is the control style game. You can play them. You can control this material and you can put a blocker wherever you want on the board. You know, you can place it, you know, at pretty much a level 1, 2, 3, 4 on there. You can go on their side, your side. You can place it around. And these bags, because they have enough fill to them, they were very collectible. Like they don't record enough. You know, they're not floppy on color. So when I went to collect, as long as I had the bag, you know, close enough that I could get to it, I could come through, catch it, and drag it right in pretty easily. I didn't have an issue with that. These bags are also controllable in the sense you can shape shots with them. You can throw your cut shots, really get kind of somewhat aggressive with a cut shot and get around bags. The other thing where these bags shine is the roll game. I've talked about time and time again, I am not a roll bag thrower. I didn't get videos of this, but after I did, actually, it was after I recorded my throwing, I was playing around more with the bag, and I started kind of playing with the roll. And again, I don't roll bags, but I was actually able to roll this bag fairly well, pretty consistently, probably more consistent than I can with pretty much any other bag I've thrown, which is weird because typically I prefer a all bead filled roll. I really need a bouncy bag to roll, maybe even a fuller bag to roll. But I didn't have that much trouble rolling this bag. So if you like to play that roll, flop, cut style game, this is an incredible bag for. I really think you're going to love the way this bag plays it and the way this bag shape shot. So the versatility of this bag and what you can do with this bag is phenomenal. I mean, there's really nothing you can't do. There's really no game you can't play, which again also makes it a great blind draw bag. I talk about time to time about what blind draw is about. You know, if you get an opponent, there's a good chance in a blind draw you get an opponent who doesn't play the same style of bag you do, the same style of game you do. You need bags like this in your backpack to pull out and say, okay, you know what, this is a bag that you can play the style game. I can run bags in the hole, or vice versa. We can do whatever we need to do, and we can still play our style of games with the same bag. And that's where I think bags like this really shine. And also board condition, right? Board conditions get fast, you can run bags in the hole. Board conditions get slower, you can play a control game. You can do what you want, you can do it all. I love it. I had a blaster on this bag. So it leads me to availability on this. And X Level has a website, xlevelcornhole.com. You can go there to pick up the bags. So this bag wasn't listed on the website at the time I recorded this. I'll find out the price for sure. But their price on their sets were $80 for a set. I'm guessing this bag's gonna be right in that price range, if not exactly $80. So looking somewhere in that range. Phenomenal price for an ACO stamp bag of this quality. It's definitely well worth it. On there, I recommend checking out X Level. If you haven't yet checked out the Shadow, you definitely want to check that out. The Counterpunch is also another bag I think you want to add into your arsenal as well. One last thing, I want to go ahead and give away this set of Counterpunch bags to one of you guys. X Level is nice enough to send me 2 sets. I got a set that I can keep. I want to go ahead and give this set away to one of you guys. So I want to do a giveaway. I'm going to run this for a week, so we're going to go till next Sunday, the June 25th, 2023, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll cut it off. You know the drill. As far as the like, subscribe, and then comment. Just comment X Level. Drop a comment down below X Level. I will go in and I'll probably respond to your comment, the number, and we'll do some kind of duck race, some sort of race to give the bags away. It'll probably be within the next week after that I'll do the giveaway. We'll kind of see how things go. But anyway, go ahead and drop that comment down below for X Level to get in on the giveaway. And I thank you guys so much for support, and I thank you for watching.